First of all, I want to talk about the standing fundamental. So when you are standing square to your cutting board, and when you hold your knife, naturally your body is, God made your body to angle, everything goes to 45 degrees angle. So if you're trying to cut straight cut out of this, you always have to deal with this 45 degrees angle. And it's very difficult to get precise straight slice out of the 45 degrees because you have to always move with the progressing of your cutting, your cutting stance changes, moves. So to me, the best part, fundamental, is actually hold your knife straight and open your body, 45 degrees angle. So your knife will always remain 90 degrees to your cutting board. So that's how you're going to set up the cutting position. And also, the time you start moving your knife from joint of your shoulder to tip of your knife has to have one line. So this is the natural, your body natural movement. And also, when you start slicing and try to get the best result out of it, you need to not just coming straight down. You need to move your knife back and forth. So now, I'm trying to show all the students to become a sushi apprentices how important is Japanese peeling technique is. It calls a katsuramuki, and you're actually going to peel the onion. Peel the cucumber first, and then slice it. I have an English cucumber here. You can use any type of cucumber. And use the both side blade, not the one side like sushi knife, to prefabricate cucumber for the size. Okay, so this is very fundamental, and all the sushi chef or Japanese chef has to practice almost every day to create your perfection. Standing position is good if you're like standing square to your cutting board. And then you're going to hold your knife with this middle finger attached to your this part of your sushi knife, yanagi knife, or any sushi knife. Then you're going to start slicing, like a peeling, with knife goes up and down, and your left hand is like actually spinning motion, and that has to be made with precision. Actually, I messed up the slice, but you should not cut off the cucumber. And just keep peeling until you will see the seeds. I'm going to do one more besides this one. So one is done. And I'm going to slice this anyway, so I'm going to cut into 3 parts. Another peeling. Just remember to focus to peel this cucumber with same thickness, same value, and use a very sharp knife to not to ruin the quality of your cucumber. And all the sushi chef has to perfect this, and you're supposed to do this every day. And now, there's a slicing technique I want to talk about. So same standing method, you have to create perfectly 90 degrees to your cutting board. And you have to have the shoulder joint to tip of your knife with one line. And then this is a special cutting technique using your tip, and then create a perfect slice each time. and move your body according to where you're cutting. And this cucumber can be used for your sushi rolls mainly, but this is a very good practice for each sushi chef and whoever wants to perfect Japanese slicing technique. So first of all, you have an onion and a paring knife. You're going to decore this. Just insert your knife into this part and hold your core with your thumb and spin your onion. And then just come up to the surface and just remove all this excess skin. So it's all been peeled already. Or like if you want to peel onion skin for chopping, then actually you're not going to decore this. Actually, you slightly remove the surface of this onion and then remove the top part as well. So you're not missing any part of your cutting board, and actually you have a very cleaned up onion. Okay. And next, if you want to do like slicing, so first of all, cut the onion in half. So let me demonstrate a little bit. So straight slice, thin slice, very thin. It's about paper thin or thinner than paper. So, and I see a lot of people make a mistake after they progress cutting to this size. People usually flip this and start cutting from this side. But actually, if you turn your onion another 100 degrees to start progressing again, actually you have a much less waste piece to deal with. So that was the article. So let me try to do this like a round slice. Same method, same fundamental, same setup. So this can be like your salad. If you're gonna wash this thing off about 4 times in a cold water and strain it up, you can use this for your like salad. You can use this as a salad vegetable without having any like smell of onion and sharpness of it. So that was a slice. Good slice. It's about less than paper thin. And next is a chopping onion, chopped onion, haché, it in French. First of all, if you want to do multiple haché, you are going to cut the onion in half and line up on your right hand side. And you're going to start slitting the onion. Again, same basic stance, and you cut almost to the end, but not quite. You will have the probably 5 millimeter remain at the core, and then you want to cut this from this angle 1 time or twice. And then you can use your vegetable knife, start slicing. So, and this onion was peeled with the core, so you're not gonna break this onion while you're chopping. And you can actually go this way or that way also, but I feel comfortable using my knife this way. So when you are holding knife for this kind of higher slice, for that motion, then try to hold your knife a little bit longer so you can move this with your wrist and you can create better slice. And so you want to chop this thing finer, then hold your knife with your left hand. But make sure it's not freestanding like this. You can have more control out of using your left hand on your cutting board and slice them up this side, this way. So proper French traditional style of chopping onion. You can apply this method, same method to shallots. If you can get a fine slice of garlic, you can actually chopping like this as well. So this is the beef tenderloin. This looks like CAB, certified Angus beef tenderloin, filet mignon. I will show you how to fabricate with my Japanese classic training method. So I like to clean up the beef from the back, not the silver skin's on. I would like to start from the back side, where filet mignon is attaching to the rib cage. That's the part first. We're going to remove all these tendons and unnecessary fat tissue. So I use my Honeski knife. This is Japanese fabrication knife. And we are going to start clean up tendons. And all this stuff you can remove with a finger. Something you can, you feel some hardness to it. You're going to remove with your finger. And if you have to cut it out, you have to cut them out. So try to remove all this unnecessary tendon and fat tissue. Right beside this Chateaubriand part, you have this kind of little deep tissue of the fat. So I'm going to remove this with this triangle-shaped knife. It's very easy to do this. And then try not to remove too much of excess to preserve the meat. And there always is a little tendon attached to almost end of the beef tenderloin. So make sure you remove it along with this fat tissue. And outside of this chain is a big chunk of fat always. I like to use my triangle knife more to this grip area to go inside and remove this like so. And then I'm going to fabricate this with chain on first. I will just remove this excess, the tendon and fat tissue from outside using knife, like so. And then come to this side. This is the top side where you see this silver skin. First of all, there's a big tendon outside. I like to remove this first, like so. And just slicing the surface of this tissue and try to remove all this excess fat and tendons. Whatever you can remove it with a finger, just remove it, just like it is. And then, it's hard to see, but so there is a way to preserve the chain and remove this tissue. I like to come in from inside and use my knife like this. So cut only surface of this chain. So I will actually basically preserve this chain muscle. Some restaurant you go to, you will get served along with this chain part. And then I'm going to remove the silver skin. First of all, I like to remove all this excess fat, and I'm going to open this part out. Just like this. And there always is a little tendon inside of this side. So I like to remove it. Just like this. So now, remove the silver skin. I normally do this with like 2 movements. Coming from inside like this. And use your knife like this. So you have just the silver skin coming out. The other way, same way. So use your knife. So this is cleaned up beef tenderloin. And if you would like to remove the chain, then it's just attached with a very fine tissue. So you can just basically remove it, just pulling that out. And if you don't like this tissue, fat tissue, just remove it just like so. Beef tenderloin.